Got the blade profile filed up. My little homemade jig here. Get out of the light so we can see it a little bit better. There we go. It's profiled up pretty good. Got about, 1/16 of an inch left, which is about how thick you want to leave it for the heat treating process. You can see I've got both sides roughly finished here. It's starting to look like a knife blade now. So for this part here, we're gonna set up in my kitchen here. So if you're doing like what I'm doing, make sure you have plenty of paper towels and stuff, because you know how that can go. Anyhow, at this stage here, we're gonna clean up a little alcohol, spray some alcohol here all over this blade, degrease it and clean it up. What I'm doing is I'm getting ready to put this goop I've got here in this jar, which is a fire block that they use for stovepipes. I've used it before to coat a blade, and it's worked pretty good. So we're gonna do it again. I got that all nice and degreased, except where I just touched it again. Set that there. Hopefully in the end of this, we'll have a nice hamon line. Hamon is the differential line from the extra hardened steel and the softer steel. I'm just gonna take this here and just take this piece of wood, a spatula, just coat the back of the blade. This fire block comes in a tube put inside your caulking gun. I find that if you leave it in the caulking gun after you've used a little bit, it tends to dry up pretty quick. So I've had better luck with keeping it in a jar like this, sealing it up airtight. And it'll last a little bit longer for a few extra uses. Got on there pretty thick. Just gonna move it around there. So once you get this blade all coated up, you're gonna find a way to hang it. Put it in a clamp of such. Let this dry for a good solid 24 hours. Once this is all good and dry, take it to the forge, fire up the forge, get the coal just right, set it up in there, get it to just the right color, and see if we can't make a blade out of it. All right, something like that. You might come in here and use the back of this tool, pull some of this back just a little bit. Might have had a little bit too much coffee this morning. Might make for a better pattern. Who knows? All right, be right back. Took some jewelry wire I had and wrapped it through the hole, hung it off this nice little copper teapot. Not too far away from the wood burning stove, so that should help dry it up real good, as long as no dogs or kids bump into it. I decided to rearrange it. Decided to wire it off to a cast iron pot and just put it directly on the fire. So maybe by this afternoon we'll be up in the shop seeing if a blade will be born. Okay, fire's good and hot. I'm gonna stick the blade inside this little tube here. And wait for it to heat up. Blade's starting to heat up now. Starting to get a very pale orange color. We want it to get a little bit more color than that. We'll pull her out and put her in the oil. Use this hot rod to help warm up the oil a little bit. You don't want it to be too cold. It'll shock the metal into cracking, bending in weird ways. A little preheat of the oil. That's what we got to do. Our blade's just about ready. Looks like it did its job. All right, stuff came off nice. Looks like it left us some kind of a line to work with. We'll let it just cool off now, and we can pick up here in a little bit. All right, I'm gonna give it a file test real fast. Skates the file. Looks like we got a hard blade.